Well, if you are injured in a car accident, you may be out of work for a while, but your insurance should have you covered, at least temporarily. In this week's Know the Law segment, attorney Tom Sinas joining us as he does every week to talk about work loss benefits. That's the good news. The bad news is it may not last for the rest of your life, obviously, if you're seriously injured.
Right. Work loss benefits are different than medical benefits, but they are one of the most important kinds of benefits in our no-fault system. And here's the idea, right? The idea is that after you've been in a serious car accident, it's very common to not be able to go back to work for some period of time.
Sure.
Obviously, we hope that people do go back to work, but many people cannot. Many people cannot for a long period of time. So we have in this system the ability to collect a portion of your wages from your own insurance company. That's why it's called no fault, regardless of who's at fault. Okay? So what's the general rule? How much money can you collect? Well, the general calculation is this. You can collect 85% of your pre-collision gross pay. So what does that mean? Pre-collision, pre-tax, 85% of that. However, this amount is subject to a monthly cap. So you can't be paid more than a certain monthly cap, and the current monthly cap is about $5,500 a month. So for some people who are high earners, they will lose money from day one because their 85% is more than the cap. But regardless of who you are, it provides an important measure of financial stability during the first 3 years. And this is what you were alluding to. Work loss benefits are only payable at most for 3 years after a car crash. So what happens if you or a loved one is injured and cannot return to work after 3 years? Where do the remaining benefits come from? Well, the only place you can turn to in the auto law context is a claim against the at-fault driver. This is a perfect example of why when we say we live in a no-fault state, it's a little confusing because we do care about who's at fault for some things. And this is the perfect example. First 3 years, it doesn't matter. Years 4 and beyond, boy, it sure does matter. So what do you need in order to be able to establish one of these claims? Well, first, of course, you need to show that you were in an accident. Second, you need to show that your accident prevents you from returning to work or working less. And third, of course, you need to show how much money you were making beforehand so your insurance company can compute this benefit. Something else that's important, sometimes people lose their job during a period of disability. Maybe it's for reasons related to the disability, or maybe it's for unrelated reasons. But a lot of times it's not uncommon to have someone lose their job because their employer cannot accommodate their work restrictions anymore. If that happens to you, you can still continue to collect wage loss benefits. You do not have to show that the job that you left is sitting there waiting for you to come back to. Now, you may have to show when you are able to work that you've tried to find another job. But this is one of those benefits that's so important to avail yourself of and to learn about right away, because boy, usually the first thing when people get out of the hospital is they think, how am I going to pay next month's bills?
Absolutely. Awful situation. Good advice as always. People need to track it down and get some more information on this, Tom?
Sure, anytime. In West Michigan, 616-301-3333. Online anywhere at www.sinasdramis.com, or an email at info@sinasdramis.com.
Important information. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Derek.